Soz.
What's up guys, Matt from footballboots.co.uk, and today we are testing a brand new Puma evoPOWER Vigor. We've got Tom beside us to lace them up, so let's see how they get on it in a full test. So what types of players can you expect to wear the evoPOWER Vigor, and what kind of players are they suited to? We're going to get a lot of centre halves and centre forwards around the boots, a lot like the evoPOWER 1.3. So I expect to see the likes of Diego Godin, Yaya Toure in centre midfield wearing these, and of course Olivier Giroud up top. So you can probably tell that these evoPOWER Vigor boots have a pretty unique design, and that's because they're the actual camo version. We've got the 1.3 camo version as well, and the idea why Puma do this is to release a unique colourway before they're actually released, so people don't actually know what boots they are. So we've got the evoPOWER Vigor in the camo pack, and we've also got the 1.3. Vote in the poll card now for your favourite camo design. So one of the most notable features of the evoPOWER Vigor is just how wide the boots are. Now that was the first thing that I noticed when unboxing these for the first time, is just how wide they actually are. Obviously for Blake at Football Boots it'd be a great option for him because he does have excessively wide feet. So if you do as well, then these will be a great option for you. Someone like myself with normal to narrow width, they might not give you as much great fit as you'd like. If you do wear something like the Mercurial from Nike, they're not going to fit as snug as that. They do have that little bit of elasticated material across the tongue, but overall it's definitely a boot made for wide feet. So if you're interested in buying the evoPOWER Vigor from this video, you're going to need to know what kind of size to go for. Now Tom has worn these boots, he's holding the camera at the moment, and these are a US 9.5, which is Tom's size. Now Tom said they're absolutely perfect for him, so he's saying go true to size. One thing about the evoPOWER is they do fit quite wide, so if you do have narrow feet, then you can opt to go half a size down if you want that very tight fit, but overall in general, go true to size with the Vigor. So you've just purchased these boots from our website and they've arrived at your doorstep. But how long do they actually take to fully break in? Now one of the best things about the evoPOWER Vigor is just how soft they are right out the box. The synthetic upper really is just that soft that if you wanted to, you could go wear them for your matches right away. Now one issue that Tom felt when playing with the boots, he's been wearing them for about an hour and he said that he experienced some heel pressure just across the back of the boot where that neoprene collar slightly digs into the Achilles. So that could be one issue. Tom's obviously experienced blisters already, so that may require some break-in time just to become a little bit softer. So let's talk about one of the most important features of any football boot, the upper. Now the evoPOWER Vigor features two types of material. It's got that Grip-Tex upper which runs across the majority of the boot, especially across the vamp, also on those side panels which you can see that little bit of lime green stripe going over, and also across the heel. Now this Grip-Tex upper is incredibly soft. We can just see here already, these are pretty fresh and they are fully broken in. Now there's also a little bit of subtle texturing going over the boot, maybe a little bit like Adidas's NSG, which is just there to enhance a little bit of close control in wet conditions, but it does a great job of that. Now alongside the Grip-Tex upper, there's also some AccuFoam pods. We've mentioned it already, but they feature on that elasticated tongue and also within the boot, which is very unique, which we'll move on to a little bit later. But overall, the Grip-Tex upper is very, very soft and flexible, and those AccuFoam pods just enhance a little bit of comfort and also a little bit of striking on the ball. So we've spoken about the upper of the boot and what's going on the outside, but what's actually happening internally? Now we can see that has AccuFoam pods going on the outside here on the tongue region and also across the collar. But if you look inside, it's also got those AccuFoam pods going on internally as well. And when Tom first tried these boots on, unfortunately they were a little bit too small for me, so I couldn't tell. But Tom said they felt incredibly unique. Imagine some kind of memory foam material all across the inside of your foot, and he said they're very comfortable and also just create a bit more of a cushion feel when touching and striking the ball, which is always a good thing for feedback. So let's talk about the shape and silhouette of the boot. Now a lot of boot companies, including Puma themselves, have gone for that mid-cut collar. We saw that on the Evo Touch. But on the evoPOWER Vigor, we can see that it has that very traditional low-cut look, but it has that neoprene-like collar, which is very, very similar to what we saw X15.1 with that neoprene material as well. So in terms of how the boot actually looks, it's very traditional in that it's a low-cut boot. And if you compare it to something else, then the X15.1 by Adidas is definitely its closest comparison. So we've already spoken about the silhouette being low-cut, which is very traditional. But a more modern thing that Puma have done with the evoPOWER Vigor is that it comes with slip-on technology. And that's exactly what you get from it, because it has that neoprene material, which is slightly elasticated. It means that your foot can literally slide into the boot. Let's have a look at the sole plate, and we've got the FG sole plate variation, which has those conical studs and bladed studs. Now alongside the FG version, you can get a mix, so you can get some studs in there for SG, mixed with some FG studs. If you are playing on the winter pitches, especially in England at the moment, that's going to be the boot of choice for you, but you can go for the FG like us on this 3G pitch or firm ground surfaces. So we've already spoken about the stud configuration and its conical and bladed studs, but what's the outsole actually made up of? Well, it's got that same P-back sole plate which is found on the evoPOWER 1.3, so it's actually exactly the same. It comes with DuraFlex technology, which is in the toe box region for some nice flexibility, but there's also some responsiveness and stiffness coming from the GSF technology, which we can just see here from those panels, which stands for Gradual Stability Frame. And that's exactly what it does. It just adds a little bit more stability. Because that toe box is so flexible, this is where all this stiffness and responsiveness comes from. So far so good with the evoPOWER Vigor throughout the test, but there does seem to be one slight concern, and that's the durability. Now the durability has also been a problem with the previous generations of the evoPOWER, and we can just see here on the lateral side panel, we can start to see a little bit of sole separation. We've got some 3G crumb going into that sole plate, which is obviously a bad thing because we've only been playing with these boots for about an hour. Now alongside that, we've got the Puma logo on the back of the heel on the sole plate, and that's also starting to flake off. So overall, if you're going to be paying over £100 for a football boot, then you want them to last. And now the evoPOWER, that might be its biggest flaw so far that we've found. So one of the more unique features about the evoPOWER Vigor is just how lightweight they are. Now unboxing these, one of the first things I noticed alongside how wide they were incredibly lightweight in hand. Tom's wore these as well and said they are incredibly lightweight on feet. Now these are a UK 8.5 and only weigh 215 grams, which is an incredibly lightweight boot, especially for a boot made for goalkeepers, centre halves and centre forwards who want a little bit more protection and also power behind their strike. So if you do wear like a UK 10.5 like me, you're going to weigh about 230 grams or so, which is still incredibly lightweight for an evoPOWER boot. So let's talk about the most important feature of a football boot in my opinion, and that's the performance. Now the two best things you get with the evoPOWER is lockdown, and the lockdown comes from the laces system actually merging with that GripTex upper. We can just see here the laces go through those external pods, and the external pods are actually the upper itself, so the level lockdown is really good. Now the second thing to note in terms of performance of the evoPOWER Vigor is the really nice level of purchase you feel when striking the ball. We've already mentioned the AccuFoam pods, and you get that exact same feeling when striking the ball because the AccuFoam pods are actually inside of the boot. So when you do strike the ball with power, you really do get a very nice feedback and feel like you get extra purchase when striking it. So let's talk about the overall pros of the evoPOWER Vigor. Now there's no doubt that these are very comfortable. That's the thing with the evoPOWER boots throughout previous generations of the Silo, they're very comfortable. Now alongside being comfortable, they're also wide fitting. There are players out there with excessive wide feet, a little bit like Blake as we mentioned, so these will probably be the boot for you on the entire market. So alongside being comfortable and also wide fitting, you get two more things. You get some nice lockdown from that external lacing system merging with the laces and the upper themselves, and also they are incredibly lightweight, so they are the four main pros of the evoPOWER Vigor. So we've spoken about the pros of the Vigor boots, but what are the cons? Now the biggest problem for me is the durability. Boots are so expensive these days that you do want them to last well beyond the season, and I can't see that happening with the evoPOWER Vigor boots because sole separation does look like that it may occur prematurely. Now alongside that, the Vigor for me just feel a little bit outdated. They do remind me so much of the Adidas X15.1, which obviously came out in 2015. So overall, they just feel a little bit outdated, but they are a very good versatile boot for the modern game. So guys, that's our overall test and review of Puma's brand new evoPOWER Vigor. Tommy, flip me back the boots. Decent, decent. So guys, let us know your own personal thoughts and comments in the section below. Thanks for watching, and as always,
we'll see you next time.
Oh wow, you smashed it. You've nailed it. That's the best it's ever been nailed. Stop camera.
Stop it.